Hey guys, welcome to Carnivorous Plants Hub. Today I'm going to be bringing you a carnivorous plant haul that I got rather luckily. I'll be introducing you to this here Cephalotus, beautiful little plant. I'm going to be showing you a couple other plants that I scored in this haul that I'm really excited about. Tell you a little bit about how that all happened, but real quick guys, before I do that, I want to thank you for being here. I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers and I'm really excited about that. So thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, like videos, do all that stuff so you can keep up to date on the updates that I bring you on my different carnivorous plants that I'm buying. Also giving you updates on how they're doing, how I'm growing them, what I'm doing. So hopefully I can help you guys out with some of that. But again, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. But let's go ahead and jump into kind of what happened here. I noticed that somebody had made a posting on a social media network advising that they were trying to get rid of some plants. I see these all the time, so I'm not usually too excited about it because it's usually somebody trying to get rid of plants locally, and I'm usually not in the area of where they're trying to get rid of the plants. But this person just so happened to be going. They were actually moving across the country and were going to be going through my area on their way at the beginning of their journey across the country, and I saw that they had some plants for sale that I really wanted, so I made them an offer and I scored some beautiful plants. So I picked up this here Cephalotus. This is just a typical, but you can see that this is a mature plant. It's really beautiful. I'm gonna pick it up here a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more of it. You can see it's got beautiful pictures. This one's really thick. It has a lot of pictures in there. It actually is probably due to be separated. He said that he last separated this one in 2016, and he says he was going to separate it this year before he realized that he had to move. So I'm going to do that probably here in January when we're out of season. And it's in a little, these don't go through a dormancy, but they do grow less during the winter time. And he says the best time that he has found for these, that he's been growing these for a long time, is to separate them in like December, January. So I'm going to be separating this guy. You can see this is just a beautiful plant. It's got so many pictures. I really wanted to purchase a more mature Cephalotus, so this opportunity could not have came at a better time. I'm really excited. But you can see it's got a couple of flowers that are sprouting up. One of the cool things that I thought that he was telling me with this plant is I asked him what he's done to care for it so that I could try to kind of mimic it, because obviously whatever he's doing is working. He actually grows this in a windowsill, which kind of surprised me a little bit. I didn't realize that these guys would be successful growing in windowsills. So I actually have a west-facing windowsill. He said he had a southwest-facing windowsill, but he thinks that a west-facing windowsill would be just fine. It should get me at least 4 to 6 hours of sun a day, and I'm just going to go ahead and try that. I do that. The windowsill is directly above a sink, and that's exactly what his was. And he actually lives in an area that's got a similar climate to mine in terms of humidity. And he thinks that, oh look, there's another, I didn't even notice that, looks like another flower stalk popping up right there. But he said that the humidity from his sink seems to be enough. He hasn't had to give him any extra humidity or anything like that. So the sunlight through the window and the extra humidity coming from the sink seems to be enough for these plants to really thrive. So that's exactly what I've already put this plant. It's going to be sitting in my windowsill, and yeah, I'm going to give it the best opportunity I can to live. And then this winter I'm going to separate it and hopefully have several plants, Cephalotus plants, that I can separate and then have growing individually. So I'm really excited about that. But even though this was probably the highlight of my purchase, this wasn't the only thing that I got. There's a couple other really beautiful plants. So let me go ahead and bring these guys over here real quick. I'm really excited about these because I actually don't have any pings right now. So check these guys out. These are absolutely beautiful. So here's some Sethos pings. Check out this one. Here's flowering. There's a really pretty pink flower right there. But these guys are beautiful, and as the season goes on and they're exposed to more sun, they're going to turn more of a pinkish color. Kind of a, they'll turn almost completely pink actually. Right now they're still kind of in there. It's not really a dormancy. These don't go dormant, but they go into like a succulent phase where they're greener and the leaves are a little bit harder. and they don't secrete as much of the fluid to catch the insects, and it's kind of just coming out of that now to where the leaves are going to start turning more pink, and it's going to be capable of catching more plants. Let me get a close up here because these plants are just beautiful. I got a dog hair on there. I'm sorry, I got to pull that dog hair off, but I got dog hair everywhere in this house. Can't get rid of this stuff, but you can see this is a beautiful plant. I'm actually really excited to have this above my sink because I think it'll be a great place for them to catch little fruit flies to kind of come around annoyingly every once in a while, and some gnats and stuff. So these are in really good shape. You can tell he really took good care of his plants based on the kind of shape that this Cephalotus is here. All those pictures, man, that's a beautiful plant. And then these pings are just in really good shape. And I'm really excited that I got the chance to not just purchase them from him, but I got a chance to talk to him a little bit and really kind of pick his brain on how he cared for these plants, and then also, you know, what he did to have the most success, which is cool because it's somebody who lives fairly close to my area, so it's something that I can simulate pretty easily in regards to humidity and heat and sunlight and everything. So a couple of beautiful little pings there. Gaining that flower, really cool, really beautiful little plant, and I'm really excited because I haven't had any pings up to this point. It's been a plant that I've really been wanting to pull the trigger on. I just haven't got around to it. I've been so busy, and I've got so many other plants that I'm taking care of right now that I hadn't really got around to pulling the trigger on the pings. But he hit me up about a week after we decided that we were going to make this exchange. I was going to buy these plants from him. He hit me up and asked me if it was okay if he threw one more plant in, which obviously that's not something I'm going to argue with. So he actually went ahead and threw in for free, since I had purchased 3 plants. Well, actually what happened was that he was going to I was gonna buy 2 of the pings, and then apparently one of them sold before me, and then he reached out to me again and said that the other person kind of dropped out and he was going to be able to sell both pings to me. So I took him up on that, and then a little bit after that he actually hit me up and offered me this plant for free here, which is another Cephalotus, but this is one that he actually separated just last January from one of his other big, he said it was basically like this one here, and he separated it out, and this was one of the divisions that he got from that big plant. So he also gave me this little baby Cephalotus here that has the one picture there, and then there's one more that's kind of hard to see under there. No, if you look kind of under there, you can see that there's one more little picture sticking out there. So really beautiful. It's in really good shape. It's really green. Looks super healthy. So another little Cephalotus plant that I scored there. And actually I got all these plants for $60. So that was why I was kind of excited about that. This is, you know, if I bought these from a nursery, this probably would have set me back. You're looking at probably 40 to 60, maybe even more for this mature Cephalotus plant. And then you're looking at least $20 each probably for these pings, and then another $20 to $30 for this baby Cephalotus, maybe more depending on the nursery. You're looking at probably 100 to 150 bucks for all these guys, and I was able to secure them for $60. So I was really excited about that. I was able to take him off his hands because he's moving across the country, which you could tell he wasn't super thrilled about getting rid of these, and why would he? These are beautiful, especially this. I can't stop looking at this Cephalotus. If you guys watch one of my previous videos, I purchased a little tiny baby Cephalotus plant. I think that one ended up being just over $30. I think it was like 35 bucks. And it's like microscopic. I can barely see it. It's just really small. That one's doing okay right now. It's not doing as good as I would like, but we'll go over that in a different update video. But it's just so tremendously different. Being able to spend $40 and get a plant like this versus that little tiny baby plant is really exciting. So these pings are fantastic. I can't wait for them to start catching fruit flies and gnats. They're going to be really effective for that. And then I just can't wait to see this guy eventually turn into basically this plant here over the next couple of years. So yeah, guys, so again, thank you so much for being here. I haven't done a haul like this in a little while. I did some unboxings and stuff, but this one's kind of more of a haul style because there's multiple types of plants. And but thanks so much for being here. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you guys can get updates on these beautiful plants. I'll show you how they're doing. 30, 60 days, you know, whatever seems like that there's been some cool changes or they look a little bit different, I'll throw out some updates. And this guy here is going to be growing, so I'll give you updates on how it's doing. And I'm also kind of excited to let you know how they're doing in a windowsill. All of these guys are going to go right in my windowsill, and that's just kind of mimicking exactly what he was doing. So hopefully they'll already be kind of acclimated to what I'm doing, and they'll be able to just kind of take right off from where he left off, them growing. So, but yeah, guys, again, I know I keep saying it, but thanks so much for being here. I appreciate all of you so much. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you guys get all these updates, and I really hope to catch you guys in the next video. Bye.